Hello, this is Anil Ramcharita, Regional Ambassador with Global Wealth Trade. And the topic I want to talk about tonight is a topic that's on a lot of people's minds, not just in the company I'm with, but in any network marketing company that's out there. And the topic is Anil, how do I effectively network at an event? Okay, how do I effectively talk about what I do and what I'm in at an event? Well, one of the key things to remember watching this training is what you do and what you're in are two different things. So never mix that up. I see it all the time at networking events. Someone's asked, what do you do? And they mention a company that they're with. That's not what you do. That's the vehicle you've chosen to get done what you want to get done. What you do is who you are and what you represent. Now, I wrote a bunch of topics down around that, especially for those of you that are in Global Wealth Trade with me and part of our amazing platform and company. What you do in your life using Global Wealth Trade as a vehicle is what you should be talking about. So there's a bunch of topics. It could be you promote tax savings. You want people to learn how to wear and share with the fashion. You may want people to benefit from the beauty aspect, the skincare, the Fairy Flawless. You may want people benefiting from the health, which is FOL. Or you may be someone that loves empowering people to make money from home and have time and money freedom together with a home-based business. Whichever platform you pick is who you are, is what you represent daily in your life whenever you talk to people. Because that is the game you're playing in life. And that is the platform you've chosen or how you want to be. But that's not the vehicle you've chosen to get done what you got to get done. And I'll demonstrate right now, okay? So remember, there is no right or wrong answer. It's all about being effective, right? It's not about, did I say something wrong or did I say the right thing? Just remember when you're at a networking event, and it could be a self-improvement seminar, it could be a local event, real estate. It doesn't really matter what platform, mortgages, insurance, network marketing, direct sales, multi-level marketing. People are there with a purpose. And they're there with a couple purposes in mind. One, they want to get clients for their business with sales, buying product. They may be looking for business partners to join them because they want to build a team in their business. Or three, people actually go to networking events to date. To find that perfect person to have a relationship with. Whatever purpose you're at a networking event for, always keep in mind the other people in the room are there for their purposes as well. So you need to be crystal clear on one, what do you do? And two, the vehicle you use to get done what you got to get done. So we're going to talk about that tonight because I've had conversations all week with people concerning this. In fact, I've had conversations my entire career in network marketing concerning this, and I always see people getting stuck or mixing it up. And what I'm about to share with you today is going to be very powerful to give you the breakthrough. So watch this over and over again, and as well, do this training with your team, get together, watch this training. And for those of you that are watching this together with your team, hello everyone. Let's get this training going. Now, I personally, for those of you that know me, I'm always into personal development. I'm always into bettering myself, improving myself. And so I've hired a sales coach to help me improve my game. Even though I have years of experience in the industry, I've actually hired a sales coach to help me sharpen my skills so I can actually be more effective in networking when I go to events, and also to teach my team. So because I want my team benefiting as well. And of course, whether you're a part of my team or not, I want you benefiting as well. So let's go through this, and I'm going to go through each topic one by one. And if you have a topic that's not mentioned here, then replace this topic with your topic, okay? You will see it's all the same. Okay, now here's one thing I want you to memorize. These four words. Have you ever heard? So write that down. Have you ever heard? Okay, and as I go through this, you will see it. I'm going to go through this really quickly, because I want to make sure this training is not long, okay? So you're at a networking event. It doesn't really matter. Real estate, mortgages, insurance, network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales. Maybe it's a dating networking event for singles, or it doesn't really matter. Okay, so someone comes up to me. So let's just say his name is Bob, and Bob comes up to me and he goes, "Hi, Anil, nice to meet you." And I go, from his name tag, "Hi, Bob, how are you? Nice to meet you. Great venue. A little bit of small talk. Great venue, nice people. It's a pretty good function, right?" So you're sort of chatting up the function. Then eventually it will come up. He will ask you, or she will ask you, "What do you do?" So now Bob's going to ask me, "Anil, what do you do?" And remember the 4 words, have you ever heard? So pay attention. So I'm going to talk about taxes. Let's start with the first one. "Well, Bob, great question. Have you ever heard about people who have jobs that pay taxes and they start a little side business so they can have savings with their expenses that they have in their business, having a job? Because to run a little home-based side business, part-time, spare time, costs money. So have you heard about that? How people can get thousands of dollars in savings back having a little home-based business with a job?" Most people will say no. So here's Bob's response. "No, Anil, I haven't heard about that." And then you reply, "Well, that's what I do, Bob. I teach people how to do that." Now, Bob's going to say, if he's really, really curious and really wants to know, he will go, "Well, how do you do that, Anil?" So here's part 2. "Well, Bob, I've chosen a vehicle. It's called Global Wealth Trade out of Toronto, Canada. Reputable, solid, credible firm. Credible firm. I have chosen as my platform, as my vehicle, to empower people with jobs, to have a little side business from home, part-time, spare time, where they can write off or save on their expenses against their little home-based business having a job." And I showed them how to get thousands of dollars back from the government, even 3 to 5 to 7 to 10. I've even shown people how to get $15,000, $16,000 back. And that's a provision from the Canadian, American government, and other governments around the world that are falling into place. That's what I do, and that's the platform I use. Now, anyone with a sensible mind, based on what you just said, is going to say, "Well, I'd love to learn about that. I have a job, or I know people with jobs." Or even if they didn't say it, you can say, "So, hey, Bob, are you open to finding out about how to benefit for yourself?" So either they're going to ask you or you're going to bring it up. "Would you like to learn?" And Bob's going to go, "Yeah." I go, let me take out my phone. So you take your phone out and you open up your calendar and you check and you go, "I have a slot available tomorrow at 10 and possibly noon." So, based on your schedule, obviously. Mine, I'll say 10 and noon. "Which one works for you, Bob, for you and I to get together, for me to sit with you and show you this?" And he's going to check his calendar to see whether it works or not. So you're teaching him at that time to take his phone out and look at his calendar. He doesn't even realize you're teaching him that this is how you run your business. Okay, very important, ladies and gentlemen. So you take out your phone, he takes out his phone. While he's doing that, you go, "Well, Bob, let's put each other in each other's phone." So you do that. Then you check the calendar and he agrees to say 10 a.m. And you go, "Great, Bob. Let's meet tomorrow at 10 a.m. here at this location. And I will message you when I'm on my way. Please message me back." So I want to make sure we keep our appointment. So make sure before you go to the appointment, you message him or he messages you, so you don't leave your home and go across the city for no reason. Always reconfirm your confirmations, okay? Then you meet with Bob. Then with GWT, we have a spreadsheet based on the province you live or the state or wherever you live in the world that you actually can go through the expenses. Cell, internet, phone, home, travel. You get my drift, because most of you watching this have done the tax presentation. Once you do the exercise with Bob and you show him on the tax sheet his possible refund, ballparking it, because it's just a basic spreadsheet, it's not everything. The only logical thing he's thinking is, well, I am not getting that currently, having a job. How do I get that? So then you can say to him, "So Bob, would you agree that you have these expenses? And would you agree that you have not been getting this amount? Would you want to learn how to get this amount back every year moving forward?" Anyone with a sensible mind is going to say, "Yeah." Say, "Great, let me show you now the vehicle or the platform I use to show you what I do. Then you say, I have a tool called a GWT, so a Global Wealth Trade Placemat. It's a powerful tool. Let me show you step by step what I show people all over the world, how to utilize what GWT has as a credible, reliable, solid platform that's respected globally. Let me show you what GWT has to offer with fashion, beauty, and health, so that you can see how it makes sense to have a part-time, spare-time business on the side, having your job in order to qualify for what we just did on the tax spreadsheet. Is that okay with you, Bob? Again, any sensible person is going to say yes. Then you go through the placemat, you show him what GWT has to offer, and that's how you put someone through the process with who you are, what you do, and the platform you use to be more of who you are and what you do. You see how very simple that is, ladies and gentlemen? Now, what about if you want to use the fashion pitch rather than the taxes? Same conversation. Hey, Bob, have you ever heard about brands like Gucci and Prada and LV and Christian Dior and Michael Kors and Coach and Rolex and Petit Philippe and Mont Blanc and all these amazing top brands? Most people will have heard one of two, and you go, they will say, yeah. Say, what I do is I show people how to access the same or better quality products wholesale rather than retail, and I show them how to generate an income wearing it and sharing it and promoting it. That's what I do. Now, any sensible person who loves fashion, who understands fashion, will say, really? How do you do that? Because I wear brands and nobody pays me how to wear and share. Then you go, well, what I've done is I've chosen a platform with this company called Global Wealth Trade out of Toronto, which is credible, reliable, solid, to show people how to access amazing luxury goods, fashion, like bags and shoes and necklaces and bracelets and diamonds and gold. And I teach them how to wear it, share it, and generate an income, because GWT is the only luxury brand in the world that allows the public to earn income wearing and promoting their products with a business model. That's what I do. And that's the platform I use. Would you like to learn more about that, Bob? And again, if he says yes, same process. You schedule him, you sit down with him, and you may even sit with him with your mentor or however you do your business. After you set up the appointment, whatever system you're following, and then you use the GWT placemat or you use a PowerPoint presentation and you show him how, who you are and what you do and the platform you use to get done who you are and what you do. It's that simple. Okay, so let's talk about beauty. That's another segue of GWT. So, hey, Anil, what do you do? Well, Bob, have you ever heard about people having, skin with, maybe lines or marks, or they want to get off a little blemish, or maybe they want to tighten it up and tone it up so they look younger. Maybe get rid of maybe some sunburn, or really making their skin look healthy and fantastic and glowing and tight and younger. Have you ever heard of people wanting to do that with their skin? And you've heard about companies out there? Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I show people how to access a line, which is phenomenal. It's world-class. No other company promotes this, through a reputable, credible, solid, Toronto-based Canadian company called Global Wealth Trade, that has a beauty platform that shows women, men, even children, how to access a line called Fairy Flawless to get amazing skin, look younger, look fantastic, phenomenal. And I use that platform to empower people that would love to have amazing skin and looking great and looking younger. So let me ask you a question, Bob. Would you like to learn more about that? And again, any sensible person, based on what I just shared with you, will want to get together with you to learn. And then you schedule them again. And then use whatever system, even the GWT placemat or PowerPoint, to strictly talk about the skincare. Because remember, you're focused on the GWT skincare, and with who you are and what you do, you want to empower people all over the world to have better quality skin. So that's another way to talk about what you do. What if you're someone that wants to talk about health? You want to build your business with health. Very simple. Hey, Anil, what do you do? Well, Bob, have you ever heard about people out there that want to have quality health? They want to feel good. They want to get rid of chronic pain. They want to have energy. They want to enjoy life and have fun with their family, but they don't want to be bedridden and worrying about free radicals and antioxidants and stuff in the air and pollutants and what's in their food. Have you ever heard about that, Bob? Yeah, I've heard about that. Well, what I do is I am a ambassador. I'm someone that on the planet that loves to show people how to have a better quality of life by preserving and protecting their health. That's what I do. And most, again, a sensible person is going to go, well, how do you do that? Well, Bob, I have chosen a platform and a company called Global Wealth Trade. They have a health segment along with their fashion and beauty, but health we're talking about right now, with a product called Fountain of Life. It's called FOL. It's made from Norwegian spruce extract and tons of patents with that, but it's the most potent and respected antioxidant in the world. Just a couple of things, you have to eat 900 apples a day to have what 5 drops of this gives you. Or it's 200 times more potent than green tea. Whatever you want to say, for those of you that are experts on FOL and know the product, okay? And what I do, Bob, is I use the Global Wealth Trade platform because they provide this product to empower people all over the world to have a better quality of life by preserving and protecting their health. Would you like to learn how to get your hands on FOL and join me on this journey, Bob? And again, there's a lot of money attached to this too if you want to create ongoing income. And again, a sensible person is going to go, yeah, I'd love to hear about that. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're getting the drift of this. You talked about who you are and what you do, then you talked about the platform. Okay? So you're keeping them separate and you're sort of leading the person along in the conversation. So they come to the conclusion on their own, I want to get together with this person. They're not pitching me. They're making sense. They're being real. They're being relatable. They're not pitching me like the other 5 people I just spoke to at the networking event. When I asked them what they did, they said real estate, or ACN, or Jeunesse, or Nerium, or Amway, or Melaleuca, or I'm an insurance broker, right? Because that's not what I do. That's not what we do. That's the platform we use to get done what we got to get done. So I hope you're getting the drift of this. So then you schedule Bob, however you've been scheduling people for presentations, and then you sit with Bob and you show him how health with the FOL can empower him and all his contacts have a better quality of life to preserve and protect their health. And then you may have discussions with him around the wholesale, retail, money, all that kind of stuff. But you're focusing on the health. You're not talking about fashion and beauty at this point, or even talking about taxes. You're focused on the health. Does that make sense? Because that was your conversation. You're an ambassador on the planet to teach people how to protect and preserve their health, right? So let's do one more. Let's just say you're someone who is a big fan of home-based businesses and you want to teach people how to have home-based business so they have time and money together. That's a powerful way of being. So Bob talks to you at the networking event. Hey, and also, what do you do? Bob, have you ever heard about people that work from home? Part-time, full-time, and they work at home so they can spend time with their family, travel the world, do whatever they want. If they want to take time off, they're their own boss, and they have an office set up in their home, and they spend all day, every day with their family, their spouse, their kids, and they do whatever they want, and they generate whatever they want. Part-time, full-time income, and insane income. Have you ever heard about that, Bob? And Bob's going to go, yeah, I've heard about that. Then you reply, that's what I do. That's who I am. I teach people how to set up and run effective, lucrative, home-based businesses that all have all the benefits, including tax savings. That's what I do. I've been doing that for, and you can say, whatever length of time. Now, any sensible person, again, will say, well, how do you do that? Explain that to me. Or you may say, if they don't say it, well, Bob, would you like to learn how I go about doing that? So it's either they ask you or you prompt them to want to learn. And then Bob's going to respond, Yeah, that sounds interesting. I like to learn. Then you can say, Bob, what I've done is I've chosen a company with an amazing, credible, solid platform called Global Wealth Trade. It's been around for 12 years, and people have been running home based businesses successfully all over the world in multiple countries. In fact, coming up on almost 170 countries. And I've partnered with amazing mentors and people in this company who have been teaching it successfully for many, many years. And they've been showing me how to teach people how to run effective home based businesses because the global well trade platform is in fashion, beauty, and health. And that's what I do. And that's something I have mastered because I really want to teach people how to be at home with their family and have time and make money, and they don't have to be in traffic and go have a job and work for someone else. So I'm a home based business ambassador for the planet, Bob. That's what I do. Except I've chosen an amazing company and platform so I can be effective at that. And I'd love to get together with you to show you how I do that. And then Bob will go, well, can we get together? And then you pull out your phone, you pull out your calendar. Remember, you want to book the person right there. Don't let them leave your presence because you know you have them captivated. They're curious. And then you get together with them on the time you've booked, and you take out the GWT placemat, again, very powerful tool, and you go through that with them because remember, from the moment you connect with them at the networking event, you're teaching them how they should be, what they should say, what they should bring up. And then when you get together with them, you're teaching them structure, discipline around time, and booking appointments. And then when you use a GWT placemat to show them how you show people how to run effective home-based businesses, being in GWT, you're teaching them a duplicatable system. So you see, that is how this is simple, so simple, ladies and gentlemen. Now you understand why I've hired a sales mentor, and I'm actually paying this person to help me sharpen my axe being in GWT, because when I go to networking events, I'm constantly asked what I do. So I wanted to get really, really clear on which vertical I'm using in GWT, and the one I use the most, or the two I use the most, is taxes and home-based business. Now you may use taxes, fashion, beauty, health, or home-based business, or any others. Just remember one important critical thing. You want to pick one when you're at networking events, because you can get confused if you want to talk about taxes, fashion, beauty, health, and home-based business. You're going to confuse yourself, and you're going to confuse the living daylights out of your listener. Pick one, because based on what I just showed you, all are effective. Because it doesn't matter what you talk about, you're talking about who you are and what you do and what you stand for on the planet. And you're saying next, I've chosen this platform or this company, this vehicle to give me what I'm up to. So it's two different points you're covering. And again, I just want to reiterate, next time you go to a networking event or a self-improvement seminar or a yoga class or gym or wherever people engage you, do not say when they ask you what you do, what I do is GWT. That's not what you do. You say that, you've confused the living daylights out of someone. They're like, you do GWT. What is that? Is there like a move? Is there like a exercise? You're just confusing them. If you say, when they ask you what you do, and you respond, hey, have you ever heard blah, 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 then that makes sense. And then when they ask you or you share with them the vehicle or the platform you're using, now the whole conversation flows. And they don't walk away scratching their head saying, next time I see that guy at the gym, I'm staying away from him. He's cuckoo, cuckoo. Or people at networking events. For those of you that are in markets where you go to regular networking events and you see the same people, you want to be this way because they won't avoid you. They will love to talk to you because next time they see you at a networking event, they're going to say, hey, Anil, you're the guy that shows people how to protect and preserve their health. And that's what you're up to on the planet. Remember you shared that with me last time at the real estate networking event? And you used that platform. You said you picked a platform, that reputable company called, was it GWT, Global Wealth Trade? And that's what you've been using. You see how there's no confusion there? They know who you are and what you're up to. and the platform you've picked. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, you see how simple this is? And I know you're getting breakthroughs around this, that you're excited to go to your next networking event, or you can't wait for someone to ask you, hey, what do you do? And then you start your conversation with, thanks for asking. Have you ever heard? Blah, blah, blah. And then you say, this is the platform or the company I've chosen, blah, blah, blah. Would you love to get together for me to show you more about who I am and what I do and the platform I use so you can benefit as well in your life? So you see, it's who you are and what you're up to, the platform or company you've chosen, and the invite now to sit down, have a coffee, and look over that to see how the person can benefit. So it's a 3-step process. Watch this training over and over and over until you have it straight. Practice with your team, practice with your spouse, practice with your business partners, practice with your dog. Okay? Practice, 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 because it makes you better, better, better. And have fun at the next up and coming networking events. Remember, be out here with people. Don't be stuck in your head trying to come up with an answer, especially what I've shared with you today. There's no reason you can't be present with someone when they're speaking with you. Just be with someone. Just be with someone. Don't be in a rush to blah, 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 blah about GWT. GWT is phenomenal. GWT is not even open for question, speculation. We're not looking for opinions. The company is solid. 12 countries, shipping to over 12 years, shipping to 170 countries, millions and millions and millions of dollars a month in business. GWT is not open for speculation or discussion. What is on trial is you. What is on trial is how you do your business. What is on trial is how effective you are. That's what's on trial, not global wealth trade. I just want to make that very, very clear. So how you are with people when you're dealing with them, speaking with them at networking events, or however, you could be at a family dinner table or a picnic, and somebody at the table go, hey, Anil, what you been up to? And then you say, you know, it's interesting you bring that up at the dinner table. However, so just everybody knows, have you ever heard? And you can even be that way with your family, non-offensive. And you can say at the end, hey, look it, if anybody wants to learn more, come see me after. This is not the place or time. We're having dinner as a family. I'm not here to pitch my business. That'll even build respect for you with your family and friends, because you should not be pitching your family and friends about what you do, especially at dinner or a barbecue. Just have fun, hang out with people. But when people ask you what you do, just be present. And it doesn't really matter what it is. Just don't confuse the conversation. What you do is not the company you're in. So if I ask you what you do, and you say, Anil, I do real estate, wrong answer. Ineffective answer. What you do is, as an entrepreneur on the planet, you show newly married couples how to own their first home. You teach people how to buy their first property. You teach people how to be a homeowner. You teach people strategies around owning a home. And your goal is to empower hundreds and thousands of people in your market to own a home and have a place they can call their own. That's what you do. The platform you've chosen is real estate. Or you can say, the company I've chosen is Royal LePage or Century 21 or Remax. But when people ask you what you do, real estate is not what you do. Insurance is not what you do. Mortgages is not what you do. Network marketing, direct sales, multi-level marketing is not what you do. It's the platform you've chosen. So please don't mix those 3 steps up. Who you are and what you stand for in the world, what you're up to, the game you're playing, okay? 2, the platform or company you've chosen, or the industry. And 3, hey, Bob, I would love to get together with you to show you how you can benefit from that program. Or if you can think of anyone you can put me in touch with that you think would love to benefit, I'd love some referrals. So if Bob's not interested, get some names out of him, get some referrals. So in conclusion, I just wanted to do this training. I know people have been asking me, hey, Anil, how do you handle networking events? What do you say? How are you being? What kind of conversation are you having with people? And so I wanted to do this training to empower you being in global wealth trade. And for anybody else watching this, just replace global wealth trade with whatever company or industry or platform you're in. It really doesn't matter. It works across the board anywhere in the world. So this is Anil Ramtrader, regional ambassador with Global Wealth Trade. Thank you for getting on my training today about working networking events effectively in your marketplace. I want to wish you all a wonderful day, a productive week, and have fun at the next networking event. I can't wait to hear the stories. Take care.